As you've seen in the title, today we shall be taking a journey into Outlast. The Murkoff, the Murkoff, file, I'm pretty sure it's called. And as you also seen, this is a collab with Strawn. I'm hoping I said that right. Yeah. Today we shall be working with not editing. Today we shall be working with a voiceover and review and anything else I want to add to it. After this video, I would like you guys to go to Michael's video, and he will give an in-depth explanation on what this is about. And yeah, also I want to say I got a new haircut. I like it. And yeah, go watch. Let's go watch the voiceover. This is something new I've done. I have not done this yet on the channel, and I think I'm gonna probably start doing it. So yeah, let's get to it. A man with a bludgeoned head exits a cab and limps towards an FBI field office to hand himself over into police custody. Grabbing of nearby bystanders of dollar bills falling out of his hands, the building security guard walks over to arrest him, demanding he raises his hands. Paul obliges, removing the blood-stained cloth to reveal his facial injury, as his still functioning right eye dangles from his socket. At the hospital, upon receiving medical attention, Paul is questioned by an agent after claiming responsibility for 1 count of arson and kidnapping, each in at least 14 murders. The man questions the authenticity of his statement, noting that there isn't any evidence of this job, to which Paul replies, "Of course not. That's my job." At Murkoff's rehabilitation center, Pauline Glick is questioned by 2 Murkoff agents about Paul Marion, her former partner's whereabouts, in an attempt to minimize any calls and prevent further damage to the company. Not knowing where Marion turned against them, the agent asked for Glick to start at the beginning. Pauline recalls their investigation behind the Hatbox murders, later revealing that all 3 victims were Iraqi veterans from Spindletop Psychiatric Clinic, a hospital owned by one of Murkoff's branches. At the clinic, Paul's meet up with Chief Psychiatric Dr. Claymore, who was now under Murkoff's direct management, leading Pauline to attempt to persuade him into cooperating by providing confidential information regarding extrametal dream therapy conducted to their patients and altering his FBI testimony. Upon explaining their roles as migration officers, Claymore refuses to comply without a warrant. Instead, he provides a brief summary of their results, which, initially proving successful, ended up being exacerbated patient psychiatrical traumas after being stonewalled by the doctor. The 2 head over to Murkoff's building surveillance, where the security guard, Chris Strongfat Walker, explained that none of their personnel know that they're being monitored. Walker pays back the last therapy session from the 3 known victims, Martin Belmont, Priscilla Clark, and John Bowers, each speaking indecisive sentences. Paul asks Walker if any violent outbursts occur, as he pulls up a recording of Omar Abdul Malik, which shows him attacking Claymore during one of their sessions. Pauline ask for audio copies, and Paul goes looking for the veterans' windows, tricking them into signing Alberichem agreements in order to avoid million-dollar lawsuits. While Pauline handles the paperwork, Paul notices the widow's daughter drawing a family picture in which her father's represented as a bloodstained Apakalu, ancient Mesopotamian demigods whose sculptures were propped in Claymore's offices. Back at Spingletop, Paul has discovered Dr. Claymore's decapitated corpse in the trashed workplace in a destroyed surveillance system, as the killer's motivation was culmination of all sessions. The two conclude that the perpetrator is Chris Walker, as he was the only person who heard everything the patient said. They break into Walker's house and find 4 separate coolers, each of them stuffed with a head from one of 3 victims, and one empty, reserved for Claymore. Pauline calls for a security team while Paul explores Strongfat's bedside, finding a stuffed animal from his childhood next to a family photo. As Walker peers through the doorframe, carrying Claymore's head in a blood-soaked bag, Pauline pulls out a gun holstered around her ankle and orders him to stand down. As Walker bursts into a rage, throwing her across the room and picking up Marion by the neck, Click removes to land a shot through his jaw. This one infuriates Walker as he knocks her through the window before Marion manages to get his gun and fire off 2 rounds. Chris, still standing, slams Paul to the ground, exclaiming, "Little pig." But before he can get to him, Pauline starts up the car and crashes into the crazy man. She reports back, and the two clean up the crime scene, as Paul makes a remark that Walker has just retired. Following the incident, Walker is sent to Mount Massive Asylum, and all 4 heads are transferred over to Omar's apartment, framing him for the Hatbox murders. Marion's notes to Malik's name and skin color did the heavy lifting. Seeing Marion's mortification, the agent asks for his motivations behind the work, as Paul reveals that Murkoff's pharmaceuticals and gene therapies offered an experimental treatment to his daughter from a rare blood disease that killed his wife. In present day, Pauline concludes to the Murkoff agents that Paul was never found out how far they went with their research at the asylum, almost feeling sad that he, at the time, still thought they were partners. Instead, Marion B. So, this is the add-on. Okay, so not much to add. Yeah, I'd say it's cool that we got the beginning of Chris Walker in that, but I don't see anything to add, so yeah. Just that. Let's go to the review. So with the review, I give this book a 4 stars. As a beginner book, it's very good, but it's very hard to understand if you do not understand Outlast, the Murkoff Corporation, all that shabazz. So yeah, 4 stars. Boom! I figured it out. Now does it just look like it pops up there? So yeah, go check out his video, because Michael Strawn's video, because he gives an in-depth explanation on this, and it's very important if you want to know lore about Outlast. And it's very fun. He also has an Outlast iceberg on there you can watch. We shall be collabing on the next, I believe, 5 other books on this. So, yeah. Love you guys.